I started Letters to Strangers in my sophomore year of high school because I was exhausted of proving my humanness. Mental health conditions can affect anyone, anywhere, at any time, and any age.
So in order to introduce Diana Chow and her organization Letters to Strangers, we spoke about our own experience with mental health. These aren't just abstract ideas that we're discussing in the classroom. We're taking it a step further and giving them the opportunity to engage outside of the classroom space.
Zine making, it's so much fun.
So we do 8 different poems. Right now our topic is mental health. We do our own poems, and then it's like you get the paper, so it's like this, and after this will be like folded up, and it's like a little booklet about mental health.
And we want to change the conversation around mental health from being something that's seen through a negative lens or mostly negative connotations to something that we're talking about mental health in terms of just our general self-care.
You know, I never took a class that actually focused on self-care. What we do is just work. But this class, it was like, from the beginning, we're gonna be, like, all our work is gonna be revolving around self-care. And the first thing we did was the Letters for Strangers.
My topic was talking about finding your self-worth after being in a toxic relationship, and because I had a personal experience most recently, and I make sure that I'm still doing that instead of putting others first, because I used to do that so much.
It made me feel so much better, and like there's a lot of people around the world that feel the same. Because people can relate when they read the letters, it makes an impact on the world and makes people feel better, so.
We looked at her letters to strangers, and we identified what the stories were and what her mission-based work was. We're looking at what research there is in understanding how the physical environment impacts one's mental health.
We are making a mental health clinic, so we wanted to design a space that would be accommodating for kids.
So what we wanted to do for the project was really make it bright, colorful, nothing too stimulating, bringing the natural environment inside. We used a lot of organic colors, shapes.
Understanding that the color red or the color yellow, those colors induce anxiety. So looking at the psychology of color and understanding how the environment and color psychology can positively impact the experience.
I'm more aware now. Now when I've gone into hospitals or clinics, I pay more attention. So that was very interesting to learn.
Mental health and fashion is an interesting combination. When I first thought about how to combine Diana's topic with fashion. So we took the idea of how would you embody an emotion? How would you take a really powerful feeling and turn it into color, turn it into form?
I think that fashion kind of naturally goes into how we feel. We tend to dress differently on different days depending on our emotions and our mood, and it's a really good way to express yourself.
It's been a challenge, but it's a very cool challenge because everyone, I think, can relate to mental illnesses in any shape or form.
So I teach English 110, which is an introduction composition class. And when I learned that Diana Chow was coming and was just amazed at her idea of bringing mental health into the mainframe, specifically through words. And she has that line about humanity being distilled in words. And I thought, oh, how beautiful is that? And I think humanity, I think art. So I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. We'll create art pieces. And just combining the idea of art with these snippets of words. And all of these organic conversations stemmed out of the project. And to me, that was the real magic of it, was having that space within the classroom open up for them to make those connections.
So the students in this class, they're making a podcast. So the students wanted to make a podcast kind of speaking to first-generation students.
Welcome to the Underground Podcast, a Mount Mary Arches production where we talk about under-the-surface issues and realities of the college life.
I think mental health is sometimes challenging for students to think about
because it's so personal, right? And I think it triggers a lot of emotions and past experiences. So it can be difficult for them to go really deeply into that subject matter. It's been a really good learning experience for me, and I think for the students too.
We're running our smoothie pop-up shop, and to tie it around the voices of leadership, we design our smoothies using evidence-based foods that have been shown to reduce depression, anxiety, really to boost serotonin hormones, which are considered our happy hormones.
The biggest challenge was taste and consistency, finding the balance for both. We had to redo the recipes multiple times to get the right consistency, so that was the trickiest part for sure.
It's really about living a kind of preventative lifestyle. I think that's the ideal, is what's going to help us not only, help prevent physical health issues, but also as we're learning, it's helping to reduce the risk of potential mental health concerns like depression and anxiety.
There's a smoothie, thank you.
With Letters to Strangers, when I was looking at this, I love the idea that letters to strangers are letters that you write to someone that you may have connected with that might not even know that they've been the connection, and that person has saved you somehow.
For Notes of Hope, we basically assembled an origami type envelope, and then what we did is throughout our text, we would have to find motivational quotes, and I think it was such a great thing to do because it was a healing thing for me too, just to know that it really only takes one thing to keep you going. Just talking about things, whether that's about you or in the context of the novels, very healing, and that's been the best thing for myself. And I can honestly say this course has helped heal me in ways that the past 2 years haven't. Just talking about things, it's the most important thing.